A lot of questions that I get asked as a medium that I've been for over 30 years is why can't we feel our loved ones around us? Well, basically, we have to go through the grieving stage. And until we go through that, that could take, it could take 2 days, it could take 6 months, it could take 20 years. And so there is often times when I've brought people through and they've said, oh, they died about 20 years ago or whatever. So depending on your ability to deal with the grief of them passing over will depend on when they come through. Now, when my nan died in my arms, the grief of losing her, and as a medium, I was like, oh, it's okay, I will be able to speak to her and everything like that. And for 3 months, I couldn't. Now, it wasn't that she wasn't trying, it wasn't that she wasn't giving me signs, it wasn't that she wasn't around, it was that my body was rejecting the connection to her because of the grief, because of the pain it was causing me, because I lived with her for 6 years and she was like a second mum to me. And so when I lost her, my world was lost. And so when you realise this, then they actually showed me that even somebody like myself who speak to spirit, that even I needed to learn the process. Now I will help you with this. So here's a little exercise for you. So basically, it is to do with the passing of the person. Now, sometimes the person may not want you to see their final breath because that sometimes tells us that, or we feel that that's it, we will never see them again. When really they're always connected to our hearts and they're always with us. So, there is the problem. How do you get rid of grief? Well, it's easy actually. Think about the time that they passed over. Were you around? Did you feel that you let them down by not being there? Or was you there and you saw the last breath, which then made it final? So once you have dealt with this and let go of this, then you'll find that you will be able to get memories of where and when you were with them, because then there's no resistance. The body is not actually rejecting the connection to them. So grief is very much, and everybody grieves in their own way, so until you let go of that emotion, some cry, some go and sit in nature, some just can't handle even thinking about them. So when they get signs and symbols that they're around or feelings that they're around, they reject it. So find out what happened. And remember that if they didn't want you to be there to see the last breath, then that's not your problem. It's not your fault. It's what they wanted. Now, this doesn't help, obviously, people that are left on the earth, because then we all think that we've not done enough, or we didn't speak enough, or we didn't say we loved them enough, and so that's where the body is going through the grieving stage. So wherever or whatever time it takes, then just go with it. Even have a celebration time. Sit there and celebrate their life and all the good things, and see it as though they came to you on a journey. They were part of your journey, and it's just that it's their time to move on to their new journey, to help somebody else out or to help people out. When we understand this, we can see better that actually that they are never not near us, or we can never not connect with them. And someday, if you believe in the afterlife, you will join them again, and maybe even start a new journey in the next life. And so really, this really helps me, because I used to have a fear of my son, losing my son, because I'd come across a few spirits who had. They showed me that we never lose the loved ones, that we will always one day meet up with them again and share a new journey. But our free will and choice means on this earth we have a lesson to learn, and that is why sometimes situations happen, so that we can. Because when my nan died, I wanted other people not to go through that experience, or to help people with the passing over. And that is why I really got into mediumship. It was always in the family. I'd always had senses. I'm always an empath. I always felt things and seen things and seemed to have an older head on my shoulders. But my true calling was to help people who lost their loved ones, and just to let them know that they are around.